Hello everybody, I am the Board Game Man, and today we're going to go vintage in this episode. We're going to go back to 1979. It's a two-player game, ages 8 and up. It is called All the King's Men. Now you can see it kind of looks similar to a chess board, but it is not chess, believe me. I've never really been a big chess fan. I don't think I've ever played the game. I love me some checkers, but definitely I'm not a big chess fan. But this game is really, really cool with all the strategy that is involved in it. So let's head on over to the gamer's table, and I'll show you how to play All the King's Men. Alright my friends, here we are at the gaming table, and here is the game board for All the King's Men. It is really nice looking. I really like the artwork on the sides, All the King's Men on these sides, and then you have these little squares with different arrows on them, and that actually shows you the direction of the pieces, which way they can go. Let me go ahead and show you the components. Right here, as you can see here, there is the board. Let me go and get the lid out of the way here. And then you have the actual pieces, and these are actually really nice. As you can see here, they are plastic, white and brown. And what you're going to have is each side's going to have one king, and then you're going to have, each side's going to have 7 archers, and then you're going to have, let me find a knight here, 4 of the knights. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and get this set up so I can show you how to get this set up here. And turn it this way, that way you can see the movements in between the boards. Now, this is how you're going to do the setup. What you're going to do is you're going to place your king in the middle of the back row. This is where he starts off the game. Your 4 knights, you're going to have 2 on each side. Okay? And then your 7 archers, you're going to put in a line right in front. So you're going to do that on both sides of the game. Now, let me go ahead and show you real quick. The instructions should be in the insert of your game. So there's the instructions. There's not much to it. It's actually pretty easy to learn. Luckily, no paper instructions in this one. So that is the instructions in the box. Okay, so let me go ahead and show you how to play. So the object of the game is just like similar to chess, is you're trying to capture your opponent's king. And let me go over the movements. So you have the archers that are in the front row here. They can move 1 space at a time, and obviously they need to follow the rules of the arrows. So for instance, in this one here, he can only move backwards or forwards. Okay? He cannot move left, and he can't go right here. But same with this one. He can only move forward or this direction. He can't go backward, and he can't go this way. So you got to pay attention to the arrows on the board. The kings also, they can only move 1 space at a time, and they also must follow the arrows. Now when it comes to the knights, that's when the excitement begins here. The knights can move forward as many spaces as they want in one direction. Okay? So for instance, let's see the archers up here, and this knight makes it right here. Say he just wants to go up 1 here. Okay? What he can do on the knight's turn is he can go, wherever he starts off his movement, he has to follow the arrow. So for instance, here, he can only go forward as many spaces as he wants, or he can move to his left, or I'm sorry, his right. But unfortunately, there's another player here. So if there's another player in that space, you cannot move. Another thing is you cannot jump over players. So you can't go, there's no jumping in this game as well. So that's the only thing what the knight has to do is they have to pay attention right before they begin their move. They have to follow the direction on the arrow. But after that, they can move as many spaces as they want. And like I said, it's one direction. You can't go, all right, woohoo. You can't do that. It's all, and then it's up to you how far in that one direction you want to move. But as soon as you stop that knight, then in the next turn, when you want to move him again, you have to abide by the rules of the arrow. So for instance, this one, you can go over here, or you can go as far as you want this way. Okay? So that's when you got to be a little bit careful, because you don't want to go too crazy with the knight, because these archers can be a little sneaky, and they can take them out. Okay, so for instance, say, you're not paying attention, and this archer kind of moves, moves over here, you don't pay attention, he can go right over here because there's an arrow there and take him out. Okay, and there's also some interesting ways too. Like say for instance, you got the knight here, and then you have the archer right here. Well, guess what? The archer cannot take out that knight because there's no arrow pointing this way. He might be he might be one space away, but he can't go over here because there's no arrow. He can go this way, or this way, one space at a time. Now, when it comes to, like in chess, when you get when the king is in danger, you usually say check in chess. Well, in this game, say this is, this guy's over here, and he's got a wide open shot here, okay, which he could go this way because he's on one of this. These only two middle spaces allow you to go any direction, which are pretty cool. So in this case, if the king is, in danger, you're going to say threat. So in this game, you don't say check, you're going to say threat. And at that point, that player has three different options. Either he can try to move his king out of the threat situation. He can move his piece. You can move a piece between the king and the threat. So say he wants to move this archer over here, or you can capture the threatening piece. Say you have a piece right here. You can just go over and capture it and take care of that. Okay, but that's what you have to say is threat. And obviously, if you get the king in a position where he can't get out of it, then you win the game. And that, my friends, is All the King's Men. I know it's one of the shorter episodes, but that's all there is to the game. I mean, there's a lot of strategy involved. It's very, very easy to teach. I mean, the arrows pretty much tell you what you can do. The only thing you just remember is the knights can go as far as they want in any one direction per turn, and then once you start them up again, then you have to follow the arrows, and then after that, you can go as far left or right, or this way. You can go either way, and all that good stuff. So sometimes you can go diagonally, sometimes you can only go left or right. So you really got to pay attention to the arrows. I really hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, feel free to click on that like button. And if you're not a subscriber, feel free to hit that subscribe button. And if you hit the notification bell, then you'll be notified of all future episodes I upload. And until next time, everybody, thank you so much for watching, and happy gaming.